There was a season when silence felt like punishment, not peace. Punishment. I gotta step back, like heaven had turned its face away, like my prayers were rising and falling back down before they ever reached the ceiling. The quiet didn't comfort me, it accused me. It made the room feel smaller, it made my thoughts feel louder, it made every memory walk back into my mind like it had the right to stay. Silence made me hear the things I tried not to feel, the loss, the waiting, the regret, the fear that tomorrow would only bring more weight. I used to fear the quiet because the quiet showed me how tired I really was. When the room is loud, you can pretend, but when everything goes still, your soul tells the truth. And my soul was hurting. I didn't always say it out loud, but deep inside I wondered, God, are you still here? Did I do something wrong? Is this what it feels like to be forgotten? I kept searching for signs, anything that sounded like an answer, but night after night it was just silent. And silence can be cruel when you don't understand it. So I filled my days with noise. I stayed busy, I stayed distracted, I stayed surrounded by sound, because I didn't want to sit with a quiet room and a heavy heart. But one night I had no strength left to keep running. The noise didn't work anymore, the distractions faded and the silence returned. Not invited, but unavoidable. I sat there, not brave, not strong, just tired. I didn't have a speech, I didn't have a perfect prayer, I only had honesty. Lord, I don't know what to do with this quiet. And then something happened. No thunder, no dramatic moment, just a gentle shift inside my chest. I realized the silence was not empty, it was full of presence. Not loud presence, not showy presence, but the kind of presence that holds you together when everything inside you is trying to fall apart. When silence stopped hurting, I felt your nearness near. When silence stopped hurting, when silence stopped hurting, when silence stopped hurting, you dried my hidden tear. When silence stopped hurting, no loud answers. When silence stopped hurting, no rushing light. When silence stopped hurting, just your peace breathing with me through the night. When silence stopped hurting, my heart began to rest. When silence stopped hurting, you calmed my weary chest. The pain was still there, but it lost its power because you stayed with me in every hour. I used to believe that silence meant distance, but you showed me silence can mean safety. Because silence is where the masks fall off. Silence is where you stop performing. Silence is where a tired soul finally admits, I can't carry this alone. And that is where grace enters. You didn't ask me to be impressive. You didn't ask me to be fearless. You just asked me to stay close. And in the quiet I felt you closer than I ever felt you in noise. It was like my heart finally heard what my mind couldn't understand. God doesn't always speak to prove he is there. Sometimes he stays silent to show he won't leave, because there are moments when words would be too small. Moments when presence is the loudest answer. That night I didn't receive explanations, I received peace. And peace was enough when silence stopped hurting. The dark became less cold when silence stopped hurting. I felt your strong hands hold. No instant miracle, no perfect day, just your mercy teaching me I'm okay. When silence stopped hurting, I stopped feeling so alone. When silence stopped hurting, I felt you bring me home. My life wasn't fixed, my wounds were real, but your presence made the silence start to heal. I learned something that I wish I knew before. Not every quiet season is punishment. Some quiet seasons are protection. Some are healing, some are God holding you close until your soul can breathe again. And yes, the silence can still be heavy, but it doesn't have to be cruel. Because now when the room gets quiet, I don't panic, I don't rush, I don't run, I breathe. And I listen, not for answers, but for peace. Because peace is what my soul I found no answers had to sound like something, a voice, a sign, a sudden open door, a miracle so clear I wouldn't question it again. I thought God would answer me the way people do, with explanations, with reasons, with a plan laid out, so my mind could finally rest. But life doesn't always come with explanations, and sometimes God doesn't give answers the way we expect. There were nights I prayed with my whole chest, crying prayers that felt heavy, like they were made of stone. I begged for change, I begged for clarity, I begged for something to move. And then I listened and heard nothing, no thunder, No sudden shift, no light comfort, just stillness. And at first, the stillness felt like rejection. It felt like silence without love. It felt like I stepped away and left me alone with my own fears. So I kept pushing, kept striving, kept asking, because I didn't know how to accept an answer that didn't come in words. But the longer the night stretched, the more my heart began to notice something. The stillness wasn't empty, it wasn't cold, it wasn't cruel, it was calm and calm. There's something I hadn't felt in a long time. I realized I was so focused on what God wasn't saying, and I almost missed what God was doing. He was holding me together. He was slowing my breathing. He was calming my sinking hands. He was keeping me from breaking, even when nothing in my life was changing. And that's when it hit me. Sometimes God answers not with words, but with stillness. A stillness so deep it becomes a circle. A stillness that doesn't explain the storm, but gives you strength to survive it. That night, I didn't get a message. I got peace, and peace was louder than any explanation. And God answered with stillness. My heart began to breathe when God answered with stillness. He gave me what I need. No loud miracle, no sudden change, just quiet strength inside my chest. Well, I felt strange when God answered the stillness. The night became mine. God answered with stillness. It made the silence bloom. I still had questions, I still had pain, but His peace stayed steady all the same. I used to think stillness meant nothing was happening, but now I know stillness is where the deepest work begins, because stillness is where where I stopped forcing my own strength. Stillness is where I finally admit, God, I can't do this alone. In the moment I admit it, grace moves in. Not your needed grace, not noisy grace, grace that feels like a blanket in a cold room. There was a time when why was the only word. My heart knew how to speak. Why did it happen like this? Why did it take so long? Why did I lose what I loved? Why did you stay quiet when I was begging you to move? My faith didn't disappear, but it became tired. Tired of trying to understand what I couldn't control. Tired of carrying questions that never found a home. Tired of reaching for answers that never came in time, and I didn't ask why. Because I wanted to argue with God, I asked why. Because I was hurting, because pain always searches for a reason. Because heartbreak always wants to make sense of itself. So I filled my nights with questions. I replayed every moment, every decision, every mistake, every turn in the road. I thought if I could just understand it, I could finally be okay. But understanding didn't come. Didn't know why. Started turning into a prison. It kept me awake. It kept me anxious. It kept my heart trapped in a place where peace couldn't reach me. The hardest part was I didn't even realize how heavy my questions were. I wore them like chains. I carried them like proof that I cared, like proof that my pain was real. But one night, in the middle of silence, I felt something change. Not outside me, inside me. I was sitting there, and the why rose up again, as it always did. But this time I didn't chase it, I didn't follow it, I didn't wrestle with it. I just breathed, and for the first time I realized maybe peace doesn't begin when the answer arrives. Maybe peace begins when you Stop demanding the answer to survive. I felt a quiet strength settling to my chest, a strength that didn't explain anything, but still held everything. And in that moment, my heart whispered something new. God, I don't understand, but I trust you. That was the moment my heart stopped asking why. Not because the pain disappeared, but because God was near. When my heart stopped asking why, I felt the weight let go. When my heart stopped asking why, your peace began to flow. No clear reasons, no perfect view, just quiet trust in what you do. When my heart stopped asking why, the night became less hard. When my heart stopped asking, I felt you as my God. The storm was still there, but I could stay, 'cause your presence showed the way. I used to think faith meant having answers that strong believers always understand. But the longer I lived, the more I realized some of the strongest faith is the kind that trusts without explanations. Because God has never promised to explain everything, but He has promised to stay. And staying is what He does best. He stayed with Joseph in the waiting. He stayed with David in the caves. He stayed with Job when nothing made sense. He stayed with Jesus in the garden of sorrow. So why would He leave me that night? I wasn't trying to be wise, I was trying to survive. And survival taught me something holy. I don't need to know why to be held by God. I don't need to understand to be loved. I don't need a full explanation to be safe. I just need His presence, and His presence was enough. When my there are places you can be surrounded by people and still feel unsafe. Not unsafe like danger, unsafe like your soul has nowhere to rest, like your heart is always waiting for the next bad thing. Like peace is something you're not allowed to hold. I didn't always live this way. I wasn't always so guarded, but life has a way of teaching your heart to protect itself. Pain teaches you to brace, loss teaches you to expect emptiness. Disappointment teaches you not to hope too much. And slowly, without noticing, I stopped relaxing. Even in good moments I stayed tense. Even in quiet rooms I stayed alert. Even in prayer, part of me stayed afraid. I believed in God, but my soul still didn't feel safe. Because there's a difference between knowing God is real and feeling His peace deep enough to rest. And I wanted that, I needed that. I didn't need louder music, I didn't need stronger feelings. I didn't need a perfect life, I needed safety. A place inside where fear couldn't keep living. So I came to the night again, not because I liked it, but because it was honest. The night doesn't ask you to smile. The night doesn't ask you to pretend you're fine. The night lets you be human. And that night I sat down with my tired heart and I didn't perform. I didn't speak in perfect prayers. I didn't hide my weakness, I just told you the truth. God, I don't feel safe. And I expected silence, the cold kind, but instead I felt something now I wasn't ready for. Warmth, not warmth in my hands, warmth in my chest. A calm that didn't demand proof, a peace that didn't require explanation. It was like God was building a sanctuary inside me, not outside, inside. And the moment it happened, I knew this is what safety feels like. Not control, not certainty, presence. When my soul finally felt safe, I stopped holding my breath. When my soul finally felt safe, you calmed the fear of death. No loud rescue, no perfect day, just your peace coming gently to stay. When my soul finally felt safe, the night became less cold. When my soul finally felt safe, I felt your strong hands hold. The pain was still there, but it lost its voice. Because your presence gave me a quieter choice. I used to think, say they had to come from people, from money, from plans, from a perfect routine. But none of those things could quiet my soul. Because my soul wasn't afraid of tomorrow. It was afraid of being alone in tomorrow. And you heal that fear with one simple truth: you are with me, not just in daylight, not just in happy seasons, not just when I'm strong. You are with me when I'm exhausted, when I'm anxious, when my faith feels small, when my heart feels weak, when the room is silent, when the night is long. You are with me that night. I stopped fighting the quiet, I stopped running from stillness, I stopped filling space with noise. And in that stillness, God built safety inside me. Not the kind of safety that promises nothing will hurt again, but the kind of safety that promises I won't face it alone. When my soul finally felt safe, my tears turned into red. When my soul finally felt safe, you healed my weary chest. No big answers, no perfect sign, just peace that found me in time. When my soul finally felt safe, my mind began to slow. When my soul finally felt safe, you wouldn't let me go. The storm was real, but so were you. And you were the reason I made it through. Some people think faith means you never get afraid, but real faith is deeper than that. Real faith is trusting God while your hands still shake. It's praying in whispers, it's staying when you wanna run. It's learning that you can be weak and still be held. That night I didn't become a hero, I became honest, and honesty opened the door for peace to enter. Now my soul doesn't live on constant alert. Now the silence doesn't scare me. Now that There was a time I tried to heal too fast. I didn't want to feel it, I didn't want to sit with it, I didn't want to admit that the pain was still real. So I forced smiles, I forced progress, I forced strong faith, like it was something I could manufacture just by trying harder. I told myself, get over it, move on, be grateful. But my heart didn't listen, because healing isn't a button you can press. Healing isn't a switch you can flip. Healing is a journey. And I was tired of pretending I was okay when I wasn't. Tired of carrying pain like it was a secret I was ashamed of. Tired of hearing people say time will fix it, while my nights still felt heavy. I wanted to be healed for real, not just on the outside, not just in public, not just for a moment. I wanted healing deep enough to breathe again. So I try to force it, I try to rush God, I try to hurry peace, I try to speed up what takes time. And the more I forced it, the more exhausted I became, until one night in the middle of silence I broke down in a way that felt honest. Not dramatic, not loud, just real. I sat there and whispered, Lord, I don't know how to heal this. And for the first time I didn't demand quick change, I didn't ask for instant relief, I didn't beg for the pain to disappear overnight. I just asked for something simpler, stay with me while I heal. And in that moment I felt something holy, a calm that didn't rush, a peace that didn't pressure, a presence presence that didn't judge. It was like God was telling me, you don't have to force healing, you only have to stay close. When I stopped forcing the healing, my heart began to breathe. When I stopped forcing the healing, you gave me what I need. No rushing answer, no perfect time, just your steady love that stayed in line. When I stopped forcing the healing, the pressure fell away. When I stopped forcing the healing, I learned to let you stay. When I stopped forcing the healing, the pain was still real, but it felt less cruel, because your presence made me safe and whole. I used to think if I was still hurting, I was doing something wrong. Like pain meant failure, like grief meant weakness, like fear meant I lacked faith. But you showed me the truth. Pain is not proof that God is absent. Sometimes pain is proof that you are human, and God doesn't shame humans for being human. He heals them, not by rushing them, but by walking with them that night. I stopped trying to look healed, I stopped trying to prove I was okay. I stopped trying to impress heaven, I just opened my heart and let you see the truth. And instead of rejection, I found comfort. Instead of pressure, I found peace. Instead of a deadline, I found mercy. I realized healing happens best when you stop fighting yourself, when you stop punishing your own heart, when you stop demanding speed from a wounded soul, and you let God work slowly, deeply, faithfully. When I stopped forcing the healing, my tears became a prayer. When I stopped forcing the healing, I felt you sitting there. No lectures, no heavy voice, just a quiet grace and a holy choice. When I stopped forcing the healing, the night began to calm. When I stopped forcing the healing, you healed me like a balm. Not in one moment, not in one day, but with the kind of love that stays. Some people think healing should look like victory, but sometimes healing looks like rest. It looks like breathing again. It looks like letting yourself be tired without shame. It looks like waking up and feeling a little less heavy than yesterday. It looks like peace returning slowly, like the sunrise that night. I realized healing doesn't need to be loud to be real. It doesn't need to be dramatic to be deep. It just needs God, and God was there. So now I don't force it, I don't rush it, I don't punish myself. Still feeling pain, I bring my pain to God, and I let Him hold it until it softens, because His hands are patient and His mercy doesn't expire. When I stopped forcing the healing, I found a deeper trust. When I stopped forcing the healing, I learned to rest in God. No pressure, no perfect plan, just your presence holding me where I am. When I stopped forcing the healing, I felt my heart grow strong. When I stopped forcing the healing, you stayed the whole night long. And even if tomorrow still feels unclear to me, I won't force the healing, Lord. I'll let you carry me. If you feel behind, if you feel stuck, if you feel like you should be over it by now, stop forcing it, bring it to God. Healing is not a race, healing is not shame. Healing is God staying close until your soul can breathe again. I used to think rest was something you earn, something you deserve. After everything is solved, after every problem is fixed, after every wound is closed, after every question has an answer, I thought rest belonged to people with clarity, to people with certainty, to people who weren't carrying storms inside their chests. But I wasn't one of those people. I had questions, heavy ones, the kind you don't ask out loud, because you're afraid of what the answer might be. I had prayer that felt unfinished, dreams that didn't come true the way I expected. I had nights where silence felt too loud, where my mind kept reaching for reasons, explanations, proof. And I thought if I could just understand, I could finally rest. But understanding didn't come, and the waiting began to stretch. Days turned into weeks, weeks into seasons, and my heart grew tired from living on, baby. So I tried to force rest, I tried to pretend peace, I tried to sleep while my soul was still trembling. But you can't fake rest when your heart is still searching for control. That night, I felt the familiar weight again, the weight of unanswered things, the weight of uncertainty, the weight of not knowing what happens next. And I thought, here we go again. But something was different, not in my life, in my spirit. I wasn't fighting the quiet anymore, I wasn't demanding a sign, I wasn't begging God to explain everything, so my mind could stop spinning. Instead, I whispered a new prayer. Lord, if I never get the answer, will you still hold me? And the answer didn't come in words, it came in peace. A steady, quiet peace that settled in my chest like a warm blanket. It was as if God was saying, yes, I will hold you, even here, even now, even without answers. And for the first time I rested, not because everything was solved, but because I was held. When I rested without needing answers, my heart stopped chasing fear. When I rested without needing answers, I felt you drawing near. No big explanations, no perfect plan, just your calm presence where I stand. When I rested without needing answers, the night became less long. When I rested without needing answers, I found a deeper song. The pain was still real, but it lost its power, because your peace stayed with me every hour. I used to think faith meant understanding, but now I know faith means trusting. Trusting that God is good, even when life feels confusing. Trusting that God is close, even when heaven feels quiet. Trusting that God is holding you, even when you feel weak. That night, I stopped trying to control what I could never control. I stopped searching for certainty in a world full of fragile things, and I started leaning on the only thing that never changes, God's presence. 'Cause presence is stronger than explanation. Presence is deeper than answers. Presence is what heals the part of the soul that logic can't reach. I realized I didn't need to know everything to be safe. I didn't need a full roadmap to be loved. I didn't need a guarantee to rest. I only needed God, and He was there. When I rested without needing answers, my breathing slowed down deep. When I rested without needing answers, my soul began to sleep. Not just my body, not just my eyes, but my spirit finally rested inside. When I rested without needing answers, the quiet felt like grace. When I rested without needing answers, I found a sacred place. No pressure, no heavy sound, just holy peace all around. Some people think rest is weak, but rest is faith. Rest is the courage to trust God when you don't have control. Rest is the decision to stop punishing yourself for being human. Rest is saying, God, I don't understand, but I believe you are still good. And that belief is not loud, it is not dramatic, it is quiet, it is deep, it is real. That night I didn't receive all the answers, but I received what my soul was craving all along. Peace that stays, peace that doesn't rush, peace that doesn't demand I figure it all out. Peace that sits beside me like a faithful friend. And with that peace, I rested. When I rested without needing answers, I finally felt secure. When I